Actually, I'll send you. We use there's another program that I'll tell you to download after, so you can just ignore that right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to compromise it.
Right.
Yeah. Norton actually is. They have good branding, but it actually is less security. It kind of slows your computer down. Actually, I'll send you. We use. There's another program that I'll tell you to download after. I'm hearing my voice again.
Okay.
If
I didn't want to compromise it.
if y'all want to go ahead on your end and start
Norton actually is,
sharing your screen, that would be great.
they have good branding, but it actually is less security. It kind of slows your computer down.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll send you. We use. There's another program that I'll tell you to download. It says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Okay.
If
I didn't want to compromise it.
if y'all want to go ahead on your end and start
Norton actually is,
sharing your screen, that would be great.
they have good branding. Oh, Caroline, it's saying that it says host disabled participant.
Oh, that's my fault. Hold on.
No worries.
You're good. That
I
was
think
my
so.
fault.
Oh no, and I'm not too sure what's happening, but I'm hearing like a replay of my voice every time I speak. I don't know.
I was getting that in the beginning. I think it has to just sync up.
Oh, okay.
What did you have to do
Oh, she just had to do something to sync it up.
on her side?
Yeah.
Same here, Sunday.
Yeah.
Alrighty, 1 second here. Just have to find this document. There we go.
Oh, cool.
Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Yep, you're good.
I like our presentation.
Yeah.
It looks like it's normal people. Like regular people, not too dressed.
Yeah.
So she's sharing it with, not Facebook, right? With
YouTube.
YouTube. That's good too, right?
Yeah.
Because if she records it, then we can have people go to that too. Here we are.
Okay, yeah, I was just hearing what y'all were saying. We are recording it, and then we will have it. I did just post it onto our YouTube and then post it back to our Facebook page, so anybody can join, can go from Facebook to YouTube. We're just going to kind of wait for people to hop on. People usually are hopping on right around the time when the webinar does start, and then people will of course join on the social media platforms as well.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just let us know when we can start.
good on there. Yeah.
Let's try.
I don't know how you can you put that back up.
Okay, so for the sake of everybody's time, I think we should just go ahead and get started. People will be joining any minute now. Additional people will be, as well as on YouTube. But I want to thank y'all so much for being here, Talent HR Solutions, for giving us this great presentation on. Oh, I'm getting some feedback too now that you said that. But I want to thank y'all so much for being here and giving us this great presentation on what we can be doing both, to benefit ourselves during this time of this pandemic, both personally and professionally in business. So with that, I will let whoever wants to take over.
Oh, very okay. Yeah, I just wanted to introduce myself and my company. And basically, I work for Talent HR. My name is Sanjay Merchandani. I'm the managing director here. And just wanted to, I'm really excited to share with you a little bit more about our company and how we can help small businesses. I also wanted to introduce Tim Novak. Tim, you can go ahead and introduce yourself as well, and then we'll move over to Denise.
Hi there, I'm Tim Novak, as Sanjay said. And I'm the account executive for Talent HR Solutions right here in Myrtle Beach. And hello to everyone.
Hi, everybody. I'm Denise, and I assist Sanjay doing a few marketing and admin and all that good stuff. I have about over 20 years of payroll and HR experience. Pretty much we all do, so you can ask any one of us any questions later on. Welcome.
Very good, very good. So I'm going to just go ahead and introduce who Talent HR is and what we do. Tim's going to kind of go into communication, like he's going to give us some really good tips on communicating to employees in these crazy times here, like some encouragement, coaching, what we can do better. And then Denise is going to talk about some exciting exercise activities that we can all do. And then we're going to open it up to some Q&A, talk about cutting costs for businesses, and just any questions that anybody has. So just a little bit about myself. I've been in the HR field for almost a little over 20 years. Our company has been around for since 2003. And Talent HR started off as a full-service staffing company, and we started the staffing company in 2003, and then for about 7 years we placed people at different companies. Small, medium, and large companies would need employees, ranging from hospitality to banking, etc. And in the 2008 financial crisis, we decided that we had to reinvent ourselves, and we started our PEO. And a PEO is basically a professional employer organization. And PEOs have been around for a very long time. And what it is it's a PEO helps small and medium-sized companies with all of their HR administration needs. So what we did was in 2008, we started the PEO, and then in 2010, we merged our staffing company with our PEO. So basically in 2010, we became a full-service human resource provider, providing just a huge range of services like payroll, managing workers' comp claims, administration, health insurance benefits, and also employee lifestyle benefits, and also helping our clients with various policies and procedures. So that's basically what we are. I'll just move over to this slide. So we have three different types of services. The PEO is their organization, and what it is through economies of scale, we form a co-employment relationship with our client. So basically, the client's employees are turned over to us, and we're managing all of the day-to-day, for example, like the payroll, the benefits, the workman's comp, but even on a more deeper level, we're helping our employee relations, like if employees, if there's misconduct, or if a company needs a new policy or procedure, we're keeping track of many different things like paid time off for employees. We have a time and attendance system which keeps track of like hours worked. So essentially, we're an outsourced HR department for small and medium-sized companies. So you folks are probably asking, like, why are these people leased? So the main reason why leasing works for many small businesses is for a couple of reasons. Sometimes small businesses that are starting up quickly, they don't have time to go get a Department of Labor number, get all the necessary things to start up their entire like HR. So having a PEO, they can come under our PEO. Their employees' wages are reported under our company, but the employees are technically working as a worksite employee for that client. So we don't as a PEO, we don't have direct control over the employees. We're acting as a HR consultant, and basically like processing the payroll and keeping track of everything and making sure that the client is compliant with the Department of Labor. In a PEO model, and excuse me if I'm just rambling, it's I could talk for hours about this, but I'm just trying to sum this up as nicely as possible. But another reason why a small and medium-sized business would partner with us is because since we're doing millions and millions of dollars in payroll, our unemployment insurance rate and workers' comp rates, medical insurance rates are usually a lot lower than what a small business could get. So that's a big reason why a small or medium-sized company would want to streamline and explore the possibility of partnering with a PEO. Then moving over to our ASO. ASO is basically an administrative service organization. And just think of this as it's the complete opposite of a PEO. So like I was saying, in a PEO arrangement, the employees' wages are reported under our company, Talent HR. In an administrative service organization, the wages are reported under the client's federal ID number. So basically, we are still the HR provider, but the client basically has more control over their employees, and the employees are actually they're still working for the client, but we're still acting as a support for them. One of the main reasons why a company would rather choose an ASO over a PEO, it's for a lot of different reasons, but a lot of times companies that have higher turnover risk or higher like worksite injury risk, like construction companies or like roofing contractors, those types of companies generally are a little bit better on the ASO side. For example, like if a construction company had like an injury, the injury would actually only their workers' comp policy would actually go up, whereas the PEO, it would be affected as a whole. But as an ASO, they have a lot more control over their unemployment rate. If they have like high turnover, their unemployment rate can creep up. But we're actually here to always help our clients with risks, with business risks, so we can, we're able to suggest many different things to our clients to have them run a successful business. And then moving over to HR consulting services. HR consulting services just consist of many different services ranging from employee handbooks to writing up job descriptions for our clients. If it's an individual policy that they want to implement, we are able to help with things like that. Let's see here. So one of the main things that we are handling for our small businesses and medium-sized businesses is payroll administration. And with payroll administration, it's a huge headache for a company. It's very time consuming and complicated. So what we're able to do is relieve all of that stress from our small business owners. The way we process our payroll, it's very high tech. It's all cloud based and electronic. So all of the taxes are filed in real time. As soon as we process that payroll, all of the taxes are being paid in real time, and the client doesn't have to worry about paying like many different taxes like unemployment and Social Security and Medicare, and the list just goes on and on and on. We also handle all of the year-end W-2s for our clients, and everything is direct deposit. And the employees can also get direct deposit paperless checks. That's really popular now too. Nobody wants to, or not very many people nowadays want to go to the bank and stand in line and deposit their checks. So with our payroll app that we use and the software that we use, it's really really efficient. With workers' comp administration, just to kind of give you a quick background. So with workers' comp is an insurance that all employers are required. In South Carolina, employers that have more than 3 employees need to be covered under workman's comp. And workers' comp basically protects the employee from any type of like worksite injuries that may happen. So if there is ever a claim, then we would actually facilitate that, and if it is a valid claim, then the employee would get workman's comp benefits indefinitely. One of the things that our workman's comp carrier does is that they have safety training meetings. So if the company is like a little bit more on the higher risk, like if they're a construction company or if they're like a roofer or et cetera, even like doctor's offices. So safety officers are always available to do safety trainings, and by implementing and by being consistent with safety trainings that talent HR helps with the administration of all of the payments to the provider, and we also calculate all of the reporting for that. With health benefits management, so we offer typically better rates because we're a PEO. So typically, if you have more than 100 employees, as an employer, you're able to have your employees pay for drug, dental, and vision. If you have under 100 employees, then we're required to pay for medical, dental, drug, and vision. But as far as health benefits, one of the main things that we do is we track eligibility, we track terminations and enrollments, and then talent HR also makes the payment to the provider. So we basically will administer the entire medical plan, and at the end of the year, we can also help negotiate better rates. Employee relations is one of the things that we like to really focus on among like hundreds of other things, but employee relations is a really important thing for all businesses, and we can provide support to our clients, sure that terminations and layoffs are handled properly, and we'll make sure that all labor laws are followed correctly. And if it does come down to like a termination, and if it was for willful misconduct, which basically means deliberate, then we will actually fight that unemployment claim for the client, and that in turn will keep everybody's rates low. So with unemployment, if a person is laid off, then they automatically get unemployment. If any hours are reduced, the employee automatically gets unemployment for that portion. Policies and procedures. There are many different things that we do, but some of the bullet points that we do on a day-to-day basis for our clients is customizing an employee handbook from scratch, or we can take like an existing handbook, modify it, and keep it up to date. We can actually help with forming a vacation policy or a paid time off policy, and also keep track of that. So depending on what the client wants to offer, we can tailor a really like either basic or extravagant vacation policy, depending on what the needs of the client are. Other than that, I'll move over to recruitment services. So our recruitment services are pretty thorough. There are 3 different types of recruiting methods that we actually provide to our clients. The first is direct hire. Direct hire is a service where we match job seekers for permanent positions. So basically, we will take the time and understand the recruitment needs and challenges of the client, and then we will actually formulate the job description, or take that job description that they already have, make it better, market that position. And we also will post the position on to various partnered websites. And then we go through like an extensive screening process for candidate selection. And then when the employee is actually hired at the client, then that's when we actually would bill a separate fee. So our PEO and ASO clients have discounted rates. For direct hire, there's actually separate rates. So sometimes clients only need like staffing services. So we're able to provide staffing services as a separate service. The other service is called contract to hire, which some of you may heard of permanent, like temp to perm. Basically, what that is the employee, the client has a project that it might be a short-term project, it could be a long-term project, it could be a project that goes from temporary to permanent. It just basically it's based on the needs of the company. So in that situation, we would actually act as the recruiter. We would actually find the person, do all the advertising, screen through resumes, submit the resume to the client. And if that employee gets hired, then that employee would be on our payroll for the amount of time before they go permanent. So once they go permanent, then they would go on to the client's payroll. And then the third service that we offer is just contract work. So contract work is just, it could be short-term, long-term, etc. And sometimes clients just want to keep somebody on for a few months or 4 months without going permanent. And situations where things are cyclical, they might need somebody only like for like the holidays or etc. So we do offer a really awesome benefits package for all of our clients. So we are partnered with AFLAC. AFLAC provides tons of supplemental insurance like cancer insurance, critical illness, short-term disability. We also have retirement services for our clients. So the one nice thing about our retirement services is that we're a little bit different than most 401, like most 401k plans. It's more of a cookie cutter type plan, whereas our plan is more of like, we understand the needs of our companies, and based on if they're a small business or medium-sized business, we can tailor a plan that's perfect for them, so they can save for retirement. And most of all, the monies that go into a 401k plan are tax deferred. So, you don't pay taxes on that, and you can invest your money and and hope for the best. Let's see. I kind of went over this. The human resource consulting services, as I was mentioning, is our third like service that we provide. So there's a huge range, and I could talk for hours about this, but like I was saying previously, some of the things that we do for our clients are, we can provide personnel forms for them, job description write-ups. If they need like an offer letter template for like either an hourly or a salaried offer letter, we can actually make those templates from scratch and personalize it for that client. And then any other type of trainings, like we also have online trainings, which are really popular now. So the online trainings are really nice because the employees and managers and owners, they can do the training on their own time when they want from a laptop or from their smartphone. So that's a really neat thing. The training classes are pretty, it's a wide variety of classes ranging from like business management to HR to payroll to safety in the workplace, sexual harassment trainings, etc. So that's that, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna turn it over to Tim Novak here, and Tim, go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you, Sanjay. And hello again to everyone. A little bit about my background. I have 30 some plus years in sales and operations and human resource management. Also have my master's degree from Penn State University, and that's in human resources and employee relations. But anyhow, today, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about communication to employees. So why is that important anyhow? Well, in the times we're going through now, they're kind of times we've never seen before. And everybody is a little bit tense. Even if you're well and healthy, you're still tense and have some stress about everything that's going on, and rightfully so. And in addition to that, you know that our employees have the same passions about it. So what do? Well, we want to contact them. And I would first recommend that we put on some good listening skills, because they're probably going to vent a lot to you. And that's really what you want them to do, is to vent a little bit about their situation. Let them tell you how they feel, and likewise, let them know how you feel about everything. Very important that people get to vent during this time. And a lot of people don't normally have that access. So give an employee a call. Ask them how they're doing. And again, discuss your own feelings with them. Let them vent as much as they can. Let them know that they're a phone call away from you. If they need some help with anything, and you can help them with that, all the better. And likewise too, it's a two-way street. They might be on their own, but they're never alone. And it's important that we realize that we take one day at a time, because we're not going to solve this right away. And it looks like it's going to continue for some time. So let's take one day at a time. Give them encouragement too. Positive conversation and communications, and again, ask them if you can help them in any way. So what kind of coaching is good? Well, you want to recommend that they set a few goals each day to accomplish. Be realistic about it though. Don't set the bar too high. You want to make them achievable every day. Talk about when you return back to work. What can we do better as a team? Share some best practices with them. Discuss ways to improve profitability and cutting cost. Consider, as Sanjay mentioned before, taking online courses to improve your skills. It's very important we do continuing education all the time, and we never get too old to do that. You want to talk about balancing personal, family, and work time. Something, again, very important. Set aside some time each day in your own comfort zone. Don't overdo work or computer time, and it's an easy habit to get into. one I'm guilty of myself at times. And you want to maintain good eating and sleeping habits. Very important. Be vigilant in your hand washing and social distancing. And finally, for any of you who are business owners, consider putting up a sign in your window, thanking the first responders and military for their efforts and their services. Maybe even offer them some discounts or give them a promotional item to thank them. And with that, I thank you for your time, and I'd like to now turn it over to Denise. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Oh,
Thank you, Tim.
yeah, thank you, Tim. That was excellent.
You're
And
welcome.
to back on what Tim is saying, I really like the idea, like we keep everything simple. So even things like with the exercise, don't beat yourself up. You know, it's a process. We don't know what's going to happen day to day. So just do things simply. So you can start with stretching or deep breathing. And if you're not used to exercising, then what you can do is even Google on, there's some programs that you could check out. Maybe jogging in place, weight, yoga, whatever you feel comfortable with. Like, don't let anybody tell you what your pace is. There's also activities that are really cool. And I found that during this time, even if we're working, when we go home, we don't have all the other appointments and things that we normally have. So then you're like, what do I do? And it feels really strange, and it's okay. Everybody has to just do what's best for them. So some of the things you could do at home, because I know some of the kids are at home, is you could do family games, puzzles, you could read together, you know, things that don't necessarily have to do with electronics. So more old school puzzles, you know, we can't go outside. We're just letting up on going outside. So simple things like that. One of the things that I found, which was interesting, was I don't really cook. So one day I decided, oh, let me make a cookbook for how to use 5 ingredients or less. And I was so proud of myself. Like, that's always something I wanted to do, but I never got to do it. Now's my chance. So one of the other things I found is you could organize your house and just do it like one little spot at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. Things like if you have books you haven't read, you could eventually donate it to the library. Pay forward. Send a nice card, an email, check in constantly with other people that are important to you. You don't know how they're feeling or doing, and same with, you can update them with things that you're doing as well. So that's pretty much it. And Sanjay?
Yeah, so thank you, Tim. Thank you, Denise. And I'd like to just basically just let each one of you know, that Talent HR is a company that is more of a it's a need-basis company, and we're here to help you not only streamline and get your HR like up and running, or modify it, make it better, but we're really here to understand your needs, and also we can give you a complimentary analysis and show you side by side, like if there is any savings and what we can do better. We just need some basic things from you, but it's always good to, it's a good exercise to go through. What we call it more of a HR audit. And a lot of times when we meet businesses and collect information, sometimes they're doing a great job, and sometimes there's nothing we can do, but most of the time we're able to help them streamline and reduce costs. And I know in these times, and this is giving me flashbacks of the 2008 financial crisis, and that's when we started our HR company. Companies were trying really hard to stay in business and reduce costs, streamline, outsource. Some people were doing this in-house, where they're doing it through an accountant, and it just wasn't efficient. So it's bringing back a lot of memories. We're excited to learn more, about what you folks do. And our service is it's a personalized service. So other than that, we're running a complimentary a waived service right now for 3 months of free HR payroll services. And that's going to go to the end of the year. So if anybody is interested, you can call Tim Novak. Tim, what is your can you give everybody your phone number?
Yes, it's 843-301-7023. And again, I'm located right here in Myrtle Beach area.
Yep. And our website is talentHRsolutions.com. That's TALENTHR solutions.com. And this we'll just open this up for any questions and answers. Yeah.
Okay, I am checking our YouTube right now to see if anybody does have questions. I'm just gonna give them a couple seconds to see if they have anything in there. And that anything that you want me to share with any of our attendees or the people who did register for this event, you are more than willing or able to send that over to me, and I can forward them that information as well.
Okay, thank you, Caroline. Yeah, I'll forward you the PowerPoint. That
would be great.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not seeing anything right now on the YouTube stream, but if you all do have any additional closing remarks, this presentation was great. Just kind of gave an overall description of not only what you do and what you can do to help all of our other investors, but as well as some of the more important things that we need to be looking at as we are home every single day, kind of getting into the rut of the same old, same old.
Right.
Yep.
Yep, so I'm not seeing any direct questions at this time. So if you have anything else, please let me know. But if not, y'all have a great day. And if people do have questions, you can contact Talent HR Solutions. We'll have their information available for you.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Carolyn.
Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Of course, y'all have a great day.
You
Okay.
as well.
Have a good one. Yeah, cheers.